How to shoot video in public places. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. And a question I often get is, Chris, what tips do you have for shooting video in public places? How do you get the courage? How do you do it without annoying people? How do you even know you're allowed to? So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some of my tips. And by the way, I'm shooting this video in a very public place, Disneyland. My first tip for shooting in public places is about courage. People, when they shoot in public places, often get really self-conscious about themselves because when you do this, inevitably, people will stop and they'll look at you. Why? Because it's unusual. They want to see what's going on. YouTubers are cool. What's this person doing? Is it interesting? Is it just awful? And so something to realize is that when people stop, they're not really thinking strange things about you. They're almost kind of admiring it and going like, wow, that's pretty cool, and it's a show, and they want to see it. Maybe just like you watch these on YouTube, they want to see it in person. And so in order to get that courage, you just kind of have to see these people, and you have to keep going and realize that you shouldn't just stop because they're actually here to see you keep going and not just stop. Tip number 2, this one's about how to not annoy people. Well, I think one of the best ways to not annoy people is not to stand like in the middle of a walking area, not to stand in the middle where people are eating. Try to find a spot that's a little bit on the side, but still has a great view. Right here, this is a great spot because I got this railing and all these people in the background, but people can walk around me and it's not like they're looking at me going like, gosh, this guy really bugs me because he blocks the walkway. Tip number 3, if you really can't get over people stopping and watching you, try the walk and talk. If you're walking, people don't stop and look at you because you're continuing to move, they continue to move, and so this is a great way to avoid people looking at you. But you do have to be careful as you're walking, and you kind of have to develop this look where you almost look past the camera so that you don't actually walk into anybody. It also really helps if you're doing this to have something that you can hold the camera with. I use one of these Joby Gorilla Pods. If you want to get one of these, I've got a link in the description below to Amazon where you can check this out. Tip number 4, know what you're going to say before you say it. When I go out on shoots, I often have a little set of notes so that I can refresh myself generally about what I want to say so that when I start doing a take, I'm not having to think then and ramble and trying to do 17 takes. When you mess up, that's what often makes you more self-conscious and you're standing there and you're like, oh my gosh, people are watching me and I'm having to take a second take and a third take. Actually, I think sometimes people think it's neat when you actually mess up because they're like, I don't know how people can deliver things off the fly, but one of the ways just to help yourself with it is to have some notes. Tip number 5, don't stand in one place for too long. If you stand in one place for a long time, you're gonna attract more attention. So if you shoot it as shorter clips and then you stop and then you keep walking, well then you won't draw too much attention in one place. Tip number 6, by the way, see look, I moved. Even though it's 20 feet, people are starting to gather around, so I move a little bit. So tip number 6 is also, don't be so obvious about your camera equipment. I like to keep my camera equipment in my bag and only pull it out when I'm going to shoot. And sometimes that means I have to wait around for that perfect moment when people aren't standing here or people have left to make it so that it's less annoying or that people aren't in my shot. Rewind, freeze frame, I love this guy's face. And this guy that was walking behind me earlier, he was hilarious. So the other question I mentioned I would address at the beginning is, how do you know if it's okay to shoot someplace? Or, Chris, do you ask people before you start shooting? And so I'll answer that second one first. No, I generally don't ask before I start shooting. I generally just pull out the camera and I start to shoot. And the way I know whether it's okay to shoot or not is whether somebody comes and tells me to stop. Has that happened to me? All the time, all the time. It never happens at Disneyland because Disneyland is happy for you to shoot pretty much everywhere because they've decided it's good publicity if you shoot and upload YouTube videos, but not every business establishment is quite as enlightened. I've been in hotels and lobbies where I've been told I can't shoot, even though I'm a guest of the hotel. I've been in restaurants where they say you can't film. I've been in shopping malls where they say you can't film. And so what do I do when that happens? I just say, oh, I'm sorry. And hopefully I've got all the footage I already need at that point. But it's really not worthwhile to argue in that case because it's their establishment. If that's their rule, then just listen to it. Another question I often get is, Chris, what camera do you use to film this? Well, if you want to know that and answers to 19 other frequently asked questions, well, you can click right here and watch my video on the top 20 most frequently asked questions about Yellow Productions. Oh, and their answers too. You'll also find a link in the description below. I won't say goodbye because I'm going to see you right here.